you scroll down to horror, or thematically every Halloween. So what's happened is I have earned, or the franchise has earned, several generations of fans. Whereas, 20 years ago, it was hard to get people to find this movie. You had to find it on, you had to find a rerun, or go to a revival theater. It's hard now to get young people to watch black and white movies, but the DVD revolution is making all of us who like something in particular, whether it's action films or horror films or fantasy or sci-fi, we can collect, or just collect our favorites within that genre. And I don't think that the people at Platinum Dunes and Time Warner realized, since Freddy vs. Jason in 2003, 2004, a whole new generation of fans had gone and rediscovered the franchise. And when they brought out the new remake, I think it was just premature. I think it was a little too soon. I love a lot of the actors in that movie. I'm not going to say anything bad about Rooney Mara. I thought she was great in The Social Network and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And I love Clancy Brown, Highlander. Come on, Clancy, Carnival, HBO. I love Connie Britton. She's on Nashville now. She was great in Friday Night Lights. I know you guys like Friday Night Lights. It's your story. But, so I'm happy. I thought all those actors were well cast. Galen, has played my son in a movie called Red with Brian Cox, the original Hannibal Lecter. So I have a lot, and I just worked with Galen on Criminal Minds. So, there's some real talent in the movie, and maybe we'll get some distance and people will reevaluate it. I think if I had to criticize anything, it's a little cold. And I think that's because they put some action and some violence up front of the movie. So by the time we meet the kids, they're all kind of damaged to begin with. So you don't learn to care, you don't empathize with them enough to care when they start getting dismissed by Freddy one at a time. I think that might have been a mistake of balance. And also on Jackie's makeup. It's a phenomenal makeup. It's a brilliantly conceived, realistic makeup. But you have to remember, and this is probably the director's fault, not the designers, that Freddy only exists in the imagination of his potential victim. Freddy's not walking around, buying cigarettes at Circle K. He's not in the Piggly Wiggly with that burn. He is in a memory, imaginative, subconscious, dreamscape, landscape of the mind memory, told around a campfire, told in a dormitory, told on a sleepover, at a girls' night out about this guy. Did you ever hear about this guy, Freddy Krueger? 20 years ago, he was killing children. He was all burned. He wore this old scuzzy sweater. So that goes into your imagination. You fall asleep, and it manifests in a dream state, which is exaggerated and surreal. So Freddy's not operating in reality. And I think that have to have the makeup so real and so earthbound. And then another thing that no one could have known, but by diminishing the nose, you take away the profile. You take away the strength of the silhouette. You take away the fear from the shadow of that strong profile. And I think those might have been, and these are all hindsight. This is Monday morning quarterback hindsight on that movie. Because there's a lot of great images in that movie. There's some really good acting in that movie. But I think that's probably were the mistakes. And this is after a lot of thinking and having seen it a couple times and getting some distance on it, and I'm nitpicking, because I think those are talented people that worked on that film. And I hope if they're going to do some more, that they just take their time a little more. You guys remember that movie with Robin Williams where the paintings all came alive? What Dreams May Come. That effect, I kept thinking they were going to use that effect, like the Inception effect, in the new Nightmare remake. Because that's what I think happens in dreams, too. That kind of deconstruction. And I was surprised they didn't do that they just sort of did our effects over again. 2010. Okay, we're going to do some questions?
Absolutely. Let's see, who's got a really good one to start it out?